So today we're going to be going over our U.S. and Virginia judicial branch. We have talked about the United States judicial branch before, so this is going to be a bit of a review. So on the screen, I'm going to be going over the PowerPoint, and you'll follow along with the notes and fill them out as we go. So the organization of the judicial branch and the judicial system in the United States and Virginia is very similar. So just to review, the judicial function is exercised in a dual court system, which consists of state courts and federal courts. The United States has a court system whose organization and jurisdiction are derived from the U.S. Constitution and federal laws. Some terms to know: original jurisdiction is the authority or power of a court to hear a case first before any other court. Appellate jurisdiction, authority or power of a court to review the decisions of a case that has already been decided. So appellate courts, they review for procedural errors and that sort of thing. There's not a jury, it's a panel of judges or a judge that reviews decisions and how things happened in previous courts. They don't look at evidence, they just look at whether the rules of trials and such were followed. Sorry, brain fart. So the United States court system is set up like a pyramid. At the bottom, we have district courts, which are trials with a judge, with or without a jury. You do get a choice in many cases, and they have original jurisdiction. The U.S. district courts, they're divided into different districts. You can see it on the color-coded map. We're in the same district as Maryland, D.C., West Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Then you have Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware. They're all kind of their own. So we have Court of Appeals, the U.S. Court of Appeals, which is a judge, no jury, and it has appellate jurisdiction. So the Court of Appeals will review the decisions by the district courts. And there are 12 U.S. Court of Appeals, the same districts. And then we have the Supreme Court. Justices, we have 9 justices, no jury. It's appellate jurisdiction and super limited original jurisdiction. It's going to hear things first for very, very extreme cases. The U.S. Supreme Court is the last level in the appeal process for both state and national appeals. There are 9 justices appointed by the president and approved by Congress. Sorry, that was my dad. Virginia court system. Virginia, like each of the other 49 states, has its own separate court cases whose organization and jurisdiction are derived from Virginia's Constitution and state laws. Virginia court system has a general district court and juvenile and domestic relations court. General district court is a judge, no jury, has original jurisdiction for misdemeanors and civil cases involving low amounts of money. The juvenile and domestic relations courts is a judge, no jury. It has original jurisdiction in juvenile and family cases. So general district courts and juvenile and domestic relation courts, there are 32 general district courts in Virginia. Then we have circuit court, which is a judge with or without a jury, original jurisdiction for felony criminal cases and certain civil cases, appellate jurisdiction from district courts. So we have 31 circuit courts. Then we have the Court of Appeals, which is judges, no jury, appellate jurisdiction to review decisions by circuit courts. Our Court of Appeals is one court with 11 judges. And then we have the Virginia State Supreme Court. Justices, no jury, appellate jurisdiction, limited jurisdiction. Virginia Supreme Court, one court with 7 justices, is the last court of appeal in the state, has limited original jurisdiction. So they're set up very similar, the US and the Virginia court systems. The only difference is we have a super low level, which is going to be for like traffic stops, and then also juvenile and domestic relations. So we have general district, which is the minor stuff and family stuff. We have circuit court, which is the bigger crimes, fighting, assault. We have the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court. So hopefully you got your notes filled out, and then we're going to go on to our independent work. Now, your independent work for today is Court Quest. It's a game on iCivics. So you're going to play it through a couple times until you think you have a handle on distinguishing what cases go to which court. And then you have a follow-up question that you need to answer if you want credit for the assignment. That's all for today.